Order and board members present and absent, please.
Barton.
Here.
Hanson.
Here.
Kane.
Yep.
McDermott.
Yes.
Pingleton.
Here.
Open meeting compliance statement read.
I, the undersigned clerk of the Board of Education of the Alva Independent School District, number 1 of Woods County, Oklahoma, certify that prior to December 15th of the last calendar year, the date, time, and place of this regular meeting was filed in the office of the county clerk of Woods County, Oklahoma. I also certify that at least 24 hours prior to this meeting, excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays, notice of the date, time, place, and agenda of this meeting was posted in the office of the superintendent.
Thank you. Consent agenda. All the following items which concern reports and items of a routine nature normally approved by one board vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and approval of the following. 3.1, additional items of new business to the agenda. 3.2, minutes of our last regular meeting. 3.3 is approval of finance report. 3.4 is a vote to approve purchase order encumbrances for FY27. 3.5 is report of activity fund. 3.6, approval of activity fund fundraisers. And 3.7 is approval of Booster Club sanctioning requests. 3.8 is approval of board policies and procedures. And 3.9 is declare the following items as surplus. So we shall go back to 3.1, items, additional items of new business to the agenda. Sir? Thank you. 3.2, please review the minutes of our June 25th regular meeting, please. And when you are finished, I would entertain a motion.
We'll do them all.
We'll do them all.
Consent agenda.
Do them all at the end.
3, 1 through 9.
We talked about that too.
I know, I think I will ask for it. I think that means.
It's all right.
Okay, 3. Has everyone had time to review the minutes?
So what, are you adding now the general fund, are those in there? I'm skipping. Never mind. I thought mine looked, never mind.
3.3, approval of finance report. Mr. Shears?
At the end of June, we have $354,791 more encumbered than we had at the end of June last year. This includes the $446,000 that we encumbered to buy the portables. So without the portables, we would have been $100,000 the other way-ish. In June, we revenued $501,837. For the year, we have new revenue this year, $11,439,539. That does not include the carryover amount of $6.8 million from last year. Revenues have been down a little bit this year. Part of that's due to, we're looking at all of our revenues, part of that's due to the one-time funds that we received for the teacher pay raise in the fall of /24 and the school security grant that they paid us all in one lump sum last year. Part of it's due to a little bit of a decrease in local collections, but for the most part, a big chunk of that was those other funds. These one-time funds in FY25 attributed to the increase in carryover we had. So right now it looks like we should have a carryover around $5.9 million. So we still have to collect a few of our federal program payments, but that's about the same carryover we had when 2 years ago, before all this one-time fund and stuff. So I'm staying fairly healthy with that. In the building fund, at the end of June, we had $232,542 less encumbered than at the end of 25 last June. In June, we collected $8,935. So for the year, we collected a total of $4,832,011. That's an increase in actual collections of $506,561. So building funds looking pretty healthy right now. Right now, it looks like we should have a carryover around $3.9 million. That would be an increase to our building fund carryover, $350,000.
Any questions on finance report before I move on to 3.4? Hearing none. 3.4 is vote to approve purchase order encumbrances for the following funds for fiscal year '27.
3 funds, general building and child nutrition. This is the meeting where we kick off the new year for the most part. In the general fund, those 2 attachments there, one's general fund, one's general fund payroll. They're primarily blanket purchase orders to get the year started. OG&E bill, all those kinds of things, and then our payroll encumbrances. The payroll total will probably increase a little. We're still, we've got 2 or 3 teachers to hire, waiting on certification stuff from the State Department, so we know they're certified before we officially hire them. And then also need 2 or 3 or 4 paraprofessionals and a custodian. So payroll's going to increase just a little bit, but that's out of the general fund. Building fund, kind of the same thing. They're all blanket purchase orders. So the money's encumbered when an air conditioner breaks down, we call them and get it fixed, not having to wait a month for the next board meeting. And then child nutrition fund, same thing, blanket purchase orders again for operations in our cafeteria and payroll for the 3 cafeteria workers that we still employ. 3 of the cafeteria workers are employed by the district. Everybody else is employed with Keystone Foods, our food management service. So those, all the purchase orders for the most part are blanket to get the year started.
Any questions on 3.4 before I move on to 3.5? Hearing none. 3.5, approval of the activity fund report.
The activity fund, to end the year, the activity fund receipted $930,739. Our total payments out of the activity fund were $729,206. That left us a balance of $520,162. And that includes everything in the activity, from athletics to our fine arts programs to everything.
.6, approval of activity fund fundraisers.
Started to go through this list, and then I saw what the list actually was. It's along with these are all the normal fundraisers we approve at the beginning of every year. Broke down, you can look at your spreadsheet there, it's broken down by activity fund area or organization. So as I scroll through the list, it's team camps and like yard signs for football, donation dinners, working concession stands, car hopping at Sonic, all the normal fundraisers we do throughout the year.
Okay.
This is what that list is.
Is this total at the bottom? Is there a total fundraisers on it at all? Is this spreadsheet total?
No.
I just wonder how many dollars worth of fundraisers we do here.
I get that.
This is
I'll have it next
interesting.
time. Yeah. I'll have to total that so we can see it.
3.7, approval of booster club sanctioning requests. Got 5 booster clubs that asked to be sanctioned. As legally we have to sanction them so that we know they're operating under our name and all that kind of stuff. The Alva 4-H and FFA Booster Club, the Alva Football Booster Club, Black and Gold Boosters, Vocal Music Boosters, and the Gold Bug Band Booster Club have all requested to be sanctioned to function as booster clubs to support our student organizations. So we need to approve them. questions on any of those?
I didn't know Black and Gold was still functioning.
They submitted new applications.
Move on to 3.8.
Oh, everything there.
Okay, 3.9, declare the following items as surplus.
Longfellow submitted a surplus form. They have an ion tailgater speaker. It's quit working. I think the battery's dead. There's some other things there. And then a printer that was in the front office quit working. So just need to surplus those two so we can get them off inventory.
Okay, I'd entertain a vote to accept 3.1 and 3.9 as presented.
So moved.
Thank you. Have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kevin.
Barton,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Pingleton.
Yes.
Number 4, superintendent's report.
Facility-wise, right now, portable buildings are scheduled to be here July 20th.
Bumped it down a week ago.
I talked to her, got called about 4 o'clock,
Okay.
and they might get here or at least head this way maybe next Thursday, which would be a week ahead. So, or this Thursday. I said, if you can do that, that'd be great. You know, get them here as quick as you can.
Yeah.
But right now, I think the last official date I heard was July 20th. So it'll take them a couple days to get everything married together and put in there. But at least over here we can start working. An application for service has been submitted to OG&E. We're waiting on them to go through their engineering process to get a date on when they can get electricity to the property. There is a electric pole at 8th and Choctaw, across the street from the market. They'll probably come off we're going to have a whole new service. We can't bleed off the middle school. The portable buildings require too much power, so they'll probably set a pole, just initially set a pole in that island on the Circle Drive back by the cafeteria loading dock, and then set another pole kind of in the corner where what we call a playground right now. Have 2 poles there and then feed the building. So that's got to go through their whole engineering department and all that stuff. So that's kind of what we're waiting on with OG&E. If they don't have all that done, installed when school starts, Scott's going to have all the buildings wired. We can have a job site type generator, big guy, and still get power into the buildings, so that we'll have electricity and all the things.
Okay.
Try and make that as seamless for the teachers as possible.
Thank you.
So we will have power. Hopefully it's through OG. Index will be here to install fire alarms. I got them sitting on the go to get the fire alarms going. So we have electricity and fire alarms. We're going to try and pour some of the sidewalks the next couple of weeks before the portables get here, at least down 8th Street and the sidewalk kind of hugging the middle school building on the inside of where those portables sit and come in from the north. And if we want to go ahead and sidewalk Choctaw, we could after that. I just want to take those buildings across the fresh sidewalk. So we'll get 8th Street and get around the buildings, at least from that door back by the tech ed room. There's a big cement patio there. We can connect that patio all border the middle school around to catch the sidewalk on 8th Street by the gym. So it makes a just one big path. Try and get some of that stuff done. Once the buildings are in, we get the fence put up and get a deck built between all the buildings, have all the things done. So all that's lining up. Lincoln has moved their offices to the middle school. So work with telecom, talk to them a couple times today, get telephone numbers moved and all that kind of stuff. So phone number will stay the same. You can call Lincoln School and it'll ring to Carrie's phone there at the middle school where her office will be. So we just have two phone numbers going in the middle school. One's Lincoln, one's middle school. So that's the update on portables. Things are starting to stack up,
Looks like it's happening.
and we just gotta not slice or hook, just hit right down the fairway. It'll be okay. But it's coming together. We had some storm damage last week. Probably the biggest thing, I had two windows at Washington. Shattered one. Fortunately, they're double pane, so the inside pane, it's not leaking water in the building, it's just the outside glass. Shattered that one with that hail that come through downtown. The window next to it has a nick or a chip out of the glass there. That's looking like it's starting to spread just a little bit, so we're just going to replace both windows while we're doing it. So probably between $1,200 or $1,500 to get both of them replaced. So replace the two windows, get new windows put in there. Lost a tree at the middle school, splitter, so we're going to take the rest of that tree out and grind that stuff. And then they patched the roof here at the high school. Did quite a bit of work here, so got it all sealed up. Speaking of roofs, architects were here today to measure the roofs. They got Longfellow, Washington, and the middle school done. They'll come back another day and do the high school. Measured it, mapped it out where all the vent pipes and air conditioning, all that kind of stuff is. They're finishing the scopes of work on what the roof's going to take. Once that's complete, they'll be able to put it out to bid to have all the roofs replaced. They'll be able to evaluate the bids and select appropriate company, whatever. I also asked them about looking at a metal roof, a retrofit metal roof, as an option for replacement, so they can evaluate that possibility as well. So he's looking at that, and will get back to me on, is it in the ballpark of the same price, or are we talking triple the price of what roof repair would be with the dealing with this insurance? So, but we need to get an answer on that.
Right.
So, they did tell me that a lot of the roofs do have a little slope to them. The flat parts, they said they think there's enough they can build it up to still get a slope onto it. They said it's very obvious where the flat parts of the roof are and where the slope parts are. Flat holds water and slope doesn't. That's what it amounts to. So, even if we don't do a metal roof, I think we still get a slope to evacuate that water better than what it has in the past. So anyway, that's where we're at on the roof and the insurance project. And then last thing, attached to the agenda, there's two other attachments here underneath my report. It's the working elementary handbook and the 26-27 high school middle school handbook draft. I attached those. We'll come back in August to approve those, but I wanted you guys to have them in your hands early so you can read through them and all the things, and have plenty of time to read through those documents. They're fairly long. A lot of it's statutory stuff, a lot of it's policy. But read through it. If you have any questions, give me a shout and get together and talk through it. So anyway, so wanted you to be where you've got those handbooks you can look at.
Thank you very much.
All I've got from my report.
4.1, resignations, retirements, reassignments.
Just have one. Cassandra Coons, she's a teacher at Longfellow, requested a 1-year leave of absence to help her son with some stuff. She got a little boy. I think they're going to be in the city a lot with him, what have you. So she's requested a 1-year leave of absence that is allowed through our negotiated contract with the teachers group. So make you aware of that. If she chooses to come back after that year, she would have a teaching position. So, anyway, according to our contract. So, anyways, when you aware that Sandra's using that year leave?
Wish her the best.
Mhm. Do we need to vote on that? No, this request. All right.
She's just notifying she's exercising that
Yeah,
clause.
she's just.
Okay. Make sure we take care of that correctly. Items of current business, 5.1, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the following salary schedules and assignments for fiscal year 27.
So we've got 5 items under this. The first one's the administrative salary schedule. In the past, our principals primarily have been, we've got the admin salary formula. It's based on the salary schedule that our teachers are paid. When the legislature passed the teacher pay raise this year, they said it shall not apply to supervisors, school board members, board of trustees, assistant vice principals, instructional program directors, principals, all those things. So the legislature said you can't give a pay raise if you're not a classroom teacher, is what it amounts to. So, because of that, we had to make a separate admin director salary schedule that all their salaries are based on. So it's the same as last year, same 40-year, all the things. So they'll still get their step increase like they always have, those types of things. We had to make it separate because of the way they wrote that law. Teacher salary schedule, 5.2. I'm just going to go through it, that's okay. It's that same schedule, but it reflects a $2,000 pay raise that's provided by the legislature. The state salary schedule is out 35 years. Ours is extended to 40. We also pay that 1220 above base that's on the state. So they've been doing that for a lot of years. So anyway, the teacher salary schedule is reflective of the $2,000 pay raise that the legislature approved for teachers. Support personnel is the same salary schedule we had last year. They do get a step increase every year per hour, 3 years experience. Extra duty salary schedule.
Bless you.
That's the one that's got the ranges on it. I don't know if any of our coaches are at the bottom of those ranges. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there, but most of them are in the middle or top end of those ranges. But that's the same salary, same extra duty schedule as last year. That's the one I'd like to come in and clean up a little bit and get some things consolidated. So that's a new project. I hope in July. And then the last one is our extra duty assignments. The important one here. For the most part, the extra duty assignments are the same as what we ended the year with. This rolls into the next new year. We do have a few that are added or reassigned with a few coaches. Hit the big ones here. Hallie Hamilton, Marvin Paul's daughter, is going to help us as an assistant middle school softball coach, and also volunteer with our high school basketball, girls basketball. Margot volunteered last year, and when Kylie resigned, Margot's going to take that paid assistant position. I think Kylie's going to volunteer. So that's to her on that. Margot will be the head middle school softball coach and head middle school track coach. John Johnson, assistant middle school football. John Lowe, assistant middle school track. Debbie Whitted is going to be an assistant high school softball. And LT Booth is going to volunteer as a high school football coach. So that was the big changes in that. All those extra duty assignments.
Questions about any of the salary schedules and assignments for fiscal year 27? If not, I entertain a vote to approve 5.11 through 5.15. 1.5.
Move to approve items 5.1.1 through items 5.1.5.
Thank you.
Second.
Pingleton,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
5.2, discussion with possible board action vote to approve an addition of activity account number 951, Alva Middle School FCA, and the list of approved expenditures and fundraisers for this account.
Some of our staff at the middle school is exciting. Some of our staff, Bailey Hayda, that's one I heard from, is asked to start an FCA chapter in the middle school. We've got FCA in the high school. I want to extend that in the middle school, start a chapter down there. So opening this account would allow them to fundraise and finance activities for the chapter. You can see the list of expenditures. It's the normal things: dues and fees, supplies, materials, awards and prizes, field trips, concession expenses, all the things that they do as far as expenditures. And then they've also asked for, they would like to do 4 different fundraisers. Collections based on the day of the month. I assume that's probably a game day kind of something. They want to sell hot rolls before Thanksgiving or Easter. Hat day passes, that's, wear a hat on game day, whatever, special days like that. And then candy grams at Valentine's Day, they do candy grams or baked goods or whatever. So, anyway, it's just approving the account, like all the other activity accounts, to do a middle school FCA. So, I thought that was exciting.
I'd entertain a motion to approve 5.2.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Barton,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Pingleton,
Yes.
McDermott.
Yes.
5.3, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the following out-of-state travel requests from the Alva FFA.
Had four dates in July. He's wanting to travel out of state with the judging team. One is to, let's say these names are Oswego, Kansas. Another one to Girard, Kansas, Coffeyville, Kansas, and Manhattan, Kansas. Those 4 dates in July taking our FFA judging team, so I recommend to approve those out-of-state travels.
Do we entertain a motion?
I so move.
Second.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Pingleton,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
Item 6, proposed executive session to discuss the employment of an Alva High School principal for the 26-27 school year per 45 Oklahoma Statute, Section 307B1. Vote to convene to executive session.
So moved. Second.
Barton,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Yes.
Pingleton.
Yes.